you may be familiar with the Props project. We just recently, as I said, featured an interview with the co-founder of Props, Yonatan Sela, on our channel here. You guys can check that out in the Cryptocurrently playlist. Props, of course, is aiming to build this platform where users can be rewarded for their engagement on social networks or media networks. And as a result, it has a number of decentralized applications, including it's pretty flagship dating.com service. Well, the newest news coming out of Props is that they are migrating from their own private blockchain to that of the public Algorand chain. And again, also spoke with Silvio Micali. That interview is also here on the channel. Algorand is a pretty ambitious and cutting-edge proof-of-stake blockchain platform whose founder, Silvio Micali, is a true cryptography pioneer, right? He's a Turing Award winner, MIT professor, and I was very pleased to interview him last year at San Francisco Blockchain Week. So again, that's one of the best interviews that we've done. Make sure to check that out. But going back to the Props platform, it is an independent network of apps, and they use the Props token as a reward mechanism for participation or engagement by users. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with the use of this thing, very similar to Lino. Props currently boasts over 3 million users across a variety of apps, and it runs on their own Props chain. It's a private fork of Ethereum that currently handles about 50,000 transactions an hour. Also, interesting here to note that Props was, of course, of the two SEC A certification token offerings, right? You have Props and you have Blockstack, right? So Props was the first, I guess, approved token sale in the United States, right? Now, however, to achieve greater scalability and transparency, the company is going to move over to Algorand's public blockchain. They're going to migrate off of their own internal blockchain onto Algorand's, right? Why not if it works better? Now, Algorand CEO Stephen Kokinos spoke to Cointelegraph for this interview and described how Algorand is unlike the first generation of blockchains in the sense that it doesn't sacrifice scalability for security or decentralization. Of course, when I spoke to Silvio, he was explaining to me why he decided to build Algorand in the first place, and it's to solve the blockchain trilemma, which Vitalik himself was never able to come up with a good solution to. But according to him, he said up until now, people would have to really deploy private blockchains in order to get the scale and throughput if they had large user bases. And if they didn't, then they could consider a decentralized system. I think from the Prop standpoint, it's an application or a group of applications that really makes more sense on a public network, but they just didn't have an avenue to do it. So we're excited to see them deploy an Algorand and bring their users onto the network. So this is, pretty good for Algorand, pretty good for Props as well. Talking about their dating.com app, this is like a conglomerate of 15 international dating apps. They got 73 million registered users between them, right? They invested in the Props project, and they intend to integrate Props into some of their applications as well, right? Now, according to this, Nick Grossman, Union Square Ventures, which is another Props project investor, said that Props is bringing one of crypto's killer features, enabling participants to share in the wealth generated on the networks that they help grow to mainstream apps, which of course is something that I'm pretty positive about. Of course, I'm not a huge fan of the monetization systems that YouTube offers to a lot of content creators, right? A lot of individuals out there who are just content creators struggle under this system, right? And again, you kind of get this monopoly of the provider of the platform, and again, the whole: are they a publisher, or are they a publisher, or are they simply a hosting site? Right? When you get into censorship or any of these kind of other issues that have been cropping up lately, and of course, lots and lots and lots of crypto commentators getting their content demonetized, or getting their content removed or flagged or banned or struck. So of course, this is always a danger about relying on a centralized system. Now, blockchain has often been criticized for a lack of adoption. So to see its adoption by a consumer-facing project with millions of users is a very promising sign. Now we just need Reddit or something similar to hop on board. Would be pretty helpful right now.